Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. So glad that you are here. Welcome to our online event all about ecovillages in Costa Rica. And we are joined today by three wonderful intentional communities located in Costa Rica. We have had so much enthusiasm and interest in this event. We've had close to 300 people register, people from around the world who are interested in living in a more regenerative way, a more connected way, a way that is better for the planet. And who knows, maybe some of you will end up joining the communities that you learn about during the call today. So, warmest welcome. My name is Cynthia. I am the founder of Ecovillage Tours. I'm going to be the host, if you will, for our time together. We're going to be together for about an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour. We want to have enough time for good Q&A at the end. And I am joined by some of our wonderful team members here at Ecovillage Tours. So I'm going to let them say hello, just so you can connect the name to the face, and they will be supporting today's event, helping in the chat if you have any questions. So maybe we'll start. Jason, would you like to go first? Saying hello?
Hello, my name is Jason, and I'm the lead designer and guide here in Costa Rica. And I am super fresh off of our January tour and getting very ready for the February tour to start. It was, it, uh, I don't know, everyone just keeps getting better. I've done 5 tours now and have 3 in front of me. And wow, are we doing something worth doing?
Yeah, thank you, Jason. So good to have just been with you recently in Costa Rica. Thank you for all your work to make these trips possible. And then Rebecca, how about you?
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm our Chief Connection Coordinator. I'm usually behind the computer or on the phone talking to people when they call in for Eco Village Tours questions. But I'm also an alumni of the Costa Rica Eco Village Tour 2024. And it was amazing. And I got to go to Tierra More, one of the communities from today. So that was really nice, visiting with Matt and the community there and seeing all the just beauty of the land. And yeah, really excited for the video and webinar today to learn about all the other communities. And it's nice to see you all.
Ah, excellent. And then, of course, we have Mika. Hi, Mika.
Hi everyone. So excited to be here. I work with Ecovillage Tours on the marketing side and getting to share all the stories and photos and videos coming in from many places around the world that we're traveling. So yeah, really, really happy to learn about these specific communities today.
Yeah,
Thank you.
excellent. Yeah, and Mika is joining us all the way from Ecuador. So we have a very global team here at Eco Tours, which makes sense because we run trips around the world. And now I'd like to give an opportunity for you all to share a little bit about yourselves. I would love if you could put into the chat a quick message for us, sharing where you are calling in from and what do you hope to learn today? What really brings you here? I saw in the registration form, people wrote the sweetest messages about some of their hopes and dreams and also concerns and questions about maybe this idea of moving to Costa Rica, the idea of joining an intentional community, or ideas and inspiration for starting one. So go ahead and put a message in the chat just so we can get a sense of who's in the room and where you're coming from. Beautiful. All right. Yes, yes. So many messages coming in. And while you're doing that, I'll share a little bit more for myself because I am not based in Costa Rica. I'm actually based in Vermont. We have about 3 feet of snow outside right now, but I was in Costa Rica for 2 weeks earlier in January. So I just came home just in time for this massive snowstorm after sweating for 2 weeks nonstop and then coming home with the snowstorm. So my body's been a little bit adjusting, readjusting. And I do appreciate winter, but I have to say it was so nice to have that break and be in the sun. So maybe if you're considering coming on a Costa Rica Ecovillage tour, you can be thinking about that, like, oh, going somewhere warm and sunny. Not always a bad thing. Okay, Jordan here from Durango, Colorado. Stefan, not far from me in Massachusetts. Excellent. Oh, Alaska. Yes. Norway. Wow, it's really late there in Europe. Thank you for being here. Minneapolis. Ah, so wonderful. Oh, and Deborah in Vermont. Yes. Okay. Okay, so keep putting in messages. And while you're doing that, I'm going to start things off with a brief PowerPoint presentation, just a short introduction before we go to hear from our presenters. So, once again, if you're just coming in, we are here today to learn all about ecovillages in Costa Rica. And we are joined by three very special communities. Each of these three communities is going to be featured on one of our upcoming tours in March and April. So these are communities that you can go and visit in person if you get inspired by today's event. Very happy to have Seed Community with us, Finca Sol y Valle, and Tierra More. So yes, thank you to you three for saying yes to being here and very much looking forward to hearing from you soon. Okay, I mentioned I was just in Costa Rica, and the team was like, "Oh, you got to show photos of your time there, get people inspired." So I picked out some photos. It was such a special trip. I had been before, but I hadn't been back in a few years. And returning to Costa Rica, I think this time gave me an even deeper perspective on how special the country is, the nature, the wildlife. I was on my last day there, I was walking on the beach and saw two macaw birds, beautiful scarlet color, just there in the wild. Of course, getting to connect with our beautiful team. This is the guides here, Jason and Paula and Maricela, local Costa Ricans who helped to lead the trip. And I think too, if I could just share briefly, understanding a little bit more about the political and social dynamic there in Costa Rica. It's funny that we had some people write to us who were considering coming on the trip, but concerned about the political situation in Latin America. And we kept having to tell folks Costa Rica is an incredibly stable and safe country, especially compared to other countries in Latin America. They abolished their military in the 1950s and have invested that money into social services, amazing healthcare, education. And I think just being in a country that prioritizes peace and doesn't have an active military, that alone really shifted the culture of what I experienced compared to where I come from in the United States. And not to mention the environmental aspect, how much of the country has been preserved for nature and sustainable energy. I think over 80% of the country's electricity comes from renewable resources, mostly hydroelectric power. So just incredible. I could talk for a long time, but I wanted to like kind of set the stage a little bit by sharing a little bit more about Costa Rica itself. And that leads me into Ecovillage Tours. Real brief introduction here. We've been running trips for a number of years. I think now going into our fifth year of running trips. We've done 16 trips. It's an incredible number. 16 trips in 8 countries around the world, connecting more than 100 participants with more than 100 communities worldwide. And we are pretty special as far as it comes in terms of other travel companies. I kind of hesitate to even call us that because what we do is so very different than the typical tourist experience. We are focused on bringing you to eco-villages. We partner with local guides like Jason, who are experts in their region and their understanding of the communities there, so that you can have a learning experience, but also an enjoyable, hopefully relaxing vacation type experience that's all inclusive, all your meals, transportation, and lodging, and rooted in connection with community. Not only the communities that you visit during the trip, but also the community. And it happens nearly every time. This amazing bonding that happens among the participants who, by the end, feel like a community. And you get that lived experience of what living in an actual community might feel like. So that's a bit about us. I've mentioned before our Costa Rica Ecovillage Tours coming up. I'm not going to talk about it too much here right now because I want to make space for our presenters. But if you are curious, we have the website here, ecovillagetours.com/Costa-Rica. If you go to the web page, we have a lot of information about communities in Costa Rica. Even if you don't come on a trip with us, you can still go to the webpage and learn a lot. So I encourage you to go there. And I will be making space at the end after our presenters to share more about the March and April trips coming up specifically and about a special discount offer that we have happening now through Sunday. So stick around to the end to hear about that opportunity. Here's some photos of the groups we've had over the years. Wonderful, wonderful people. People from all around the world, just like our audience here today. You know, so many people maybe like yourselves who are curious about community, wanting to get out of their normal routine and go to an amazing nature-filled, inspiring place and taste a little bit of what a different life could look like. So that's all that I have. And now I want to welcome our presenters. We are going to start here with Finca Solivae. We have Danny and Anna Moore with us. And then we'll go to Matt with Tierra Moore. And then we'll wrap up with Rachel to share about seed community. Each presenter is going to have like 10 minutes or so to share. And then we'll have 5 minutes or so for questions from you. So I want you to be thinking about questions you can ask while also listening to the presentation. And if you have a question that feels really burning, go ahead and put it in the chat so that we can get that queued up. And as soon as they're done with their presentation, we can ask each presenter your question. Okay, so we'll go presentation, Q&A, presentation, Q&A, presentation, Q&A, and then at the end, we'll return to talk more about the upcoming trips in Costa Rica. All right, sound like a plan? Everyone ready? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so Danny and Anna Moore, welcome. I'm so glad you're doing this talk together. I'll invite you to unmute and share with us.
Hello, good night. Well, it's already night here. Well, my name is Daniela, and I'm from Costa Rica, from the city, San Jose, and here I am with Anamor. Hola, I am also Costa Rican. I am Anamor, and yeah, we're friends for a long time, and now we're living here in a countryside of Costa Rica in Cartago. We would also like to share a presentation with you for you to see more about the project, more about us. So, 1 second, please. And I'll start telling you how the farm was born and created. It comes from um, a feeling of not being happy living in the city. Like Jeff, that is also there. Hi, Jeff, with you. Uh, he wasn't feeling comfortable with the city and society, with the sustainability around the world. And we weren't either. Something inside us told us that we had to live like a sustainable lifestyle. And we also wanted to connect or live connected to nature. And this is the way we found that possible, through living in a permaculture farm and do many things ourselves. And it's been a journey full of new challenges, but here we are together, running with this place with a lot of projects that we want to show you about. So can you see the screen? Yeah? Are we
Yes, it looks
dancing?
great.
Yeah.
Good.
The only thing I'm not understanding if someone can like paint on the screen. I don't know. Can you see like very few?
Yeah, I do see somebody is trying to probably use their device and leaving some marks. We'll get it resolved, but go ahead and don't let it distract you. We can see your presentation.
Okay,
Okay.
all good. Um, okay.
Okay, so this is us, the team, just for you to have like an idea of who's here at the farm. This is part of the crew. We have the eco-villagers, the people that live here, stay all year long, and then collaborators, people that come and work with us, and they also live around. They speak mostly Spanish, and they know a lot of sign language when they deal with foreigners and people coming here. But this is us and the crew. We're in the center. Like you see Carmen with the blue shirt, Anna Moore, Jeff, that's me, and then the construction crew, and then full-time workers that come and work in different spaces of the farm. Mhm. And history and context. Well, it's small farm. It's 1.5 hectare or 3.7 acres, and it was abandoned for many, many years. And we've been starting like to uh, rebuild some things, to plant an edible forest, to grow in our own gardens. Right now, we are building a learning center with a post-harvesting and uh, as the first floor, and on the second floor, this learning center, or um, we call it salon, like this flat open space for yoga courses, a big space to put the community together. These are some pictures of the edible forest. Families also come here. We have all kind of people coming here, and that's us and a cute girl called Ayo
From Malta.
from Malta. Yes. These are some pictures of the farm. We have bamboo and we do bioconstruction with bamboo. So you can see there one of our structures, and we also love painting. So you can see uh, a little bit of the farm. Our vision and mission are clear. We want to promote environmental awareness, conscious living, also wellness in ourselves and in the world. And our future is, and our vision is, we want to keep growing as a permaculture farm space and a learning center, and create a lot of beautiful experience. Some of our values uh, that we really share. And mostly the people that come here usually share these values as well. And here we are.
Yeah. Okay, we are located in Cartago province, which is in car maybe like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half away from San Jose downtown. So it is very convenient. Our families are also from San Jose. It's very accessible. There's public transportation available. You can even Uber all the way down here. But it's still the countryside, and it's an area that is very still criollo, still very Costa Rican rural area, which is nice. But we also have our dear neighbors from other parts of the world, from Colombia, from the States, from Israel, from Germany, so Spain. So we also have our little multicultural community around here. It's also the area of the country where there's most of the food produced, but not many, organical projects. So in that sense, it makes a difference in the area. We would also like to share with you a little bit about our programs. We have the long-term apprenticeship program. It's for now it's a 6 month program where the main goal is to provide people who join this one the experience and knowledge that they can have to run their own project. So they would at the beginning learn a little bit of everything and then focus on the area that they want to improve: bioconstruction, edible forest, gardens, nursery, or even, marketing or social projects. It's gonna depend. It's up to each person. Then the short term, the volunteer learning program, a few weeks or maybe a month of stay so that people can also get the feeling, the vibe of being here. Retreat programs. This is also a combination with, grounding with the earth and the well-being. Danny and I, we are really into it. Also, well, Jeff as well, because we practice the red path. We really connect through ceremonies like moon dance, sun dance, vision quest, sweat lodges, but also Dani is menstrual therapist and Reiki facilitator. What did I say? Menstrual therapist, Reiki, Akashic records. Anything else that I'm missing? Good. That is very talented. And I'm also biodanza facilitator and embodiment teacher. So these are a few of the things that we like to include in our retreat programs. Then short-term visits, maybe a few days to visit the farm. Then guided farm tours. We also collaborate with different travel companies, and we can provide tours in different languages, English, Spanish, French, even could be Portuguese. And then we have the Spanish immersion coming soon, but we want to keep doing it because we consider that it's important to for people that come here to also connect with locals through the local language, which is Spanish. I am a language teacher. And then a permaculture design course that we are also gonna be teaching in March with the whole crew, and we're also inviting other teachers. Okay. Some of the groups that we have here, we collaborate with ICDS, which is a educational company that connects with different universities from the States, Arizona State University, from New York, from Pennsylvania, San Francisco, and so on and so on. So we also like to provide higher education over here, a little bit on co-living. You want to mention something on that?
Sure. We have a community living experience right now. At the farm, we're like 9 of us, and 3 of us live here. And there's people from all these programs at the same time here doing well different things. And the community can grow. Like besides us three, we can grow up to 6, 7. We're open to receive like family, couples, or individuals. So uh, the Geeko Villagers group is ready to grow. We practice a lot of communication, especially nonviolent communication or compassive communication, in case you know the terms. Also, uh, if you want to live in a community, it's really important to be proactive and know that this lifestyle is full of new things that you probably didn't expect. We also have a plant-based diet here. We grow a lot of things and we eat all of them, but sometimes we also have to buy food. We cannot supply 100% of our needs, but it's something that we're trying to work on, plant more always, and make things grow. We have private bedrooms, and we also have private bedrooms or full cabins open to receive people. and also some pictures there of people here. And we love tortillas. That's a picture of tortillas. And I don't know if anyone has a question or if we go back, maybe stop sharing to see you all.
Yes, thank you so much, Danny and Anna Moore. Lovely presentation. Ah, so clear. I love the values and the photos you showed and all the different programs that you offer. Really fantastic. It seems like, if nothing else, your community is an excellent place for people to land when they're first coming to Costa Rica. You know, the Spanish immersion program, I'm even thinking of like that would be really exciting to do to learn the local language, which, like you said, is really important for being able to connect with locals. So thank you both. And we did get some questions already come through in the chat, so I'll ask those out loud now. If there are more questions, if anyone's sitting on a question, feel free to put it into the chat. If you're feeling brave and you want to raise your hand and actually ask the question out loud, that is also very much welcomed. Two practical questions. Somebody is asking about the climate of where you are and if it's similar to San Jose and what your elevation is. Is it the same also as San Jose, higher, lower?
Okay, it's higher than San Jose, and we have in Costa Rica two seasons, dry season and rainy season. Rainy season or dry season goes from January to March, and in March, rainy season start for the rest of the year. It depends. If you're in Guanacaste, in another province like Pacific Coast, you have a longer dry season. But Costa Rica is really special on the climate. We have thousands of microclimates. So I would say that during dry season, it could be really hot. I understand Celsius. I know that some of you might understand Fahrenheit, but in Celsius, maybe someone can quickly Google the difference to put in Fahrenheit could be in dry season, like from 25 to 27, 28, 29 top. It's really hard to be beyond 29. Anyone with information in around say, okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes,
And
great. Thank
then
you, Nika. So around 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Mhm.
And then in dry season and rainy season, the coldest month is actually December or beginning of January, because we have also like we're not in the Ecuador, we're like a little bit above, so we get your cold influence a little bit. We get the storm, the storm, the windy air right now. So it's definitely a little bit colder than San Jose because it's the mountains. We're like again in meters, 1,300 above sea level. Uh, I don't know how much is that
In
in
feet.
feet. Um, but if someone else does, thank
Thank you, Mikfa.
you. Oh, Jeff also knew in
Excellent,
feet. Thank
excellent.
you.
So around
Thank you.
4,000 feet. Good, good. Yeah, thank you. That's really helpful to get that
Yeah.
context. And then if somebody wanted to take that next step and explore volunteering with you or even becoming a full-time resident, because I did hear you're open to people joining as full-time residents, what would be a good next step for them?
Sure, you can contact us. I am gonna share our QR code real quick with y'all. Just 1 second, but also I can write down here our email or WhatsApp. Maybe
Good.
Jeff. Jeff. Yeah, Jeff, could you please write down our email?
But you can share in
Uh-huh.
case someone wants to scan our social
Uh-huh.
media.
We
Yeah.
have Instagram, but we are also on. Facebook, and we have a website. So feel free to reach us out in the most easy um, way of communication. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, sounds like there's a lot of ways to connect. Ooh, great slide. Yes.
Yay.
Oh, do you know what that bird is?
That bird,
Pecho
pecho
amarillo.
amarillo. Yeah, the local name
In
in
Spanish, pecho
Spanish.
amarillo.
Yes. Oh, very
Jeff? Yeah. Once we had a birder here and he identified over 60 bird species.
okay. Wow.
Yeah,
So much
quite a
diversity.
lot.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thank you so much once again, Danny and Anna Moore. There were a few more questions for you in the chat, I think mostly about how long you've been on the land there. So maybe if you just want to type in the chat a bit more, answer any other questions I may have missed. But thank you very much for your presentation. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff, you want to say hi?
Oh yeah, where's Jeff?
Jeffrey, where are
There,
you?
Sean.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Glad
there
to
he
see so
is.
many people on here. Great format, Cynthia. Really appreciate everybody coming together to learn more about eco villages and explore Costa Rica.
Yeah, great. Thank you for being here.
Okay. Thank you very much for your attention.
Good. Okay, well, now we can go to the next community. Next, we're going to learn about Tierra More in the Guanacaste region of Costa Rica. And Finca Solivalle is going to be featured on our March tour. And Nat and Tierra More is somebody that you'll get to connect with during the April Costa Rica Ecovillage Tour. So go ahead, Matt. Welcome. And we'll just have you unmute yourself.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for having me. It's wonderful to be here. Yeah, very excited to share with you guys about Tierra More and what it is that we're up to here. We are an institute for transformation, and we're in the process of developing our infrastructure to support community as well. So I'll just go ahead and get into the presentation here. Um, This is the Maloka that we built in partnership with Ibuku from Bali, who built the Green School. And we've been around for about 5 years now, going on 6. And we are an 800-acre project. We found um, some cattle land, essentially. And as a permaculturist, I was like, okay, this is heavily degraded, and to me, it looked like really like a blank canvas. And so I was very excited to work with it and to regenerate it and to bring back the wildlife here in this corridor, and also heal our do our part anyway in healing connection to nature, in particular with the first part of the institute that we're building, which is our regenerative retreat center, of which the Maloka here you can see is sort of the centerpiece of that space. So very excited about this. It was built just last year, so it's very new. Um, and Yeah, we are welcoming in community soon. And so, well, if I can figure out how to move this thing here. There we go. Okay. So these are some schematics of the homes that we're looking to build. Like this is our 3-bedroom home. And this would be one of the co-ownership options where people can own a share of a home. And come and stay for, a month if that's all they want to stay, or they can stay for 6 months or 9 months, 12 months. It's really up to them. And that's the idea with this offering, where we'll have both lots for sale. People can build their own homes, but also, much more affordable homes for people who want to only be here for part of the year as well. So, yeah, and this is one of 25 that we have near the Regenerative Retreat Center. Um, And this is like the interior, like kind of a general idea of sort of what it might look like. You can see some bricks in there. Those are some natural bricks, like from the mud, actually, that we have on site. We have a team that's been working for quite a while to better understand the how to work with the materials here and to utilize them. We actually just had a natural building earth and lime retreat, which just finished. We're excited to utilize those techniques in the homes that we actually build on site for the community here. I think we're going to go straight into like a video, which is kind of, it shows a bit of what life looks like day to day here now. No, first we're going to go to the pool. So we finished the pool, just like I know Rebecca's face.
It looks
Yeah, super
awesome.
excited about this. Yeah, it's we didn't have the water element here so much, and this is really just adjacent to the Maloka, so it's just a few meters away. And so the Maloka actually faces east for sunrise, for all-night ceremonies, and for prayer, that kind of thing. Whereas this is really about sunsets and connection with yeah, the other side of letting go and just enjoying the water, frankly. So very excited about having this as well. Here we'll go into the video here. These are the casitas that we built. This is our some of our kitchen garden. This is like the dissension area or the kitchen garden. This is Alexander teaching a yoga teacher training retreat.
Oh, wow. So many horses. Mm. Oh, beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt, we weren't able to hear the audio if there was audio, but we saw all the images. It looks really great.
Great. Okay. No, that's fine. There was a bit of music playing there, but all good. Um, Yeah, and so again, we are an institute for transformation, and the first place that we built on the land here is the Regenerative Retreat Center. The community's coming next, and then eventually we hope to build the dissension area, which will be focused on healing connection with each other. And after that, the ascension area, which is healing connection with capital S self, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, and essentially will be like a place for reflection for longer periods of time. Some people might call it a monastery. Um, yeah, so we want to create space for different forms of transformation, uh, such that we hope that this place becomes an acupuncture point, not just in Central America, but also in the world in terms of transformation of our relationships with nature, other people, and with God.
Oh,
Yes,
lovely.
a new Earth
Thank
node.
you.
That's right. Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for
Yeah.
the work you're doing. Would you mind sharing a little bit more about how people can engage? Because I know there's a few different ways people can come for your programs, but maybe also explore having a home there. So can you outline the options and how to take those next steps?
Thank you. I almost forgot about that. Um, so this is our website here. And so we actually have in addition to, I mentioned the co-ownership and full ownership where people want to become longer term members, which I think, probably a lot of folks want to on this call. We do have shorter term stays, of course, as well, where people can come and volunteer. They can, come and be interns if they have, a particular background in something and they want to offer something that they have skills in. We have enough like content happening. Again, we just had a natural building retreat. We're going to have a really fun and juicy dance retreat next with my friend Ren, who's going to build an amazing container in Abrazo. We have like a Kundalini experience happening the week after that, and then an immersion with Rachel Rickards, and then Layers of Awakening, mapping the mystery with a couple of friends as well. Very excited about that retreat. Personally, I'm very interested in silence these days and really appreciate that very much. Yeah, so I don't have a lot to say in terms of like next steps for how to get involved in terms of being like an owner or co-owner right now. The best way to uh, to work with us on that level right now is simply just to drop your email in there. And we will, like, once we have like the finished product ready to ship, we will let everybody know. You just go to the website, it's tierramore.cr, and we will share it. I hope that that's going to happen by the time that you guys get here, at least for our full ownership option in April. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so exciting.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so we have some questions for you. Similar to before, people want to know the practical things. If you could share the elevation and about the weather there and how close you are to any cities or towns.
Yeah, so we're about 20 minutes from Nosara, which is it's not a city, right? But it's our city and has all the things that we need, generally speaking. Liberia is about 2 hours most of the time to get there away. Um, and in terms of elevation, we're about 700 feet here. So my metric system is still lacking a little bit, unfortunately, but maybe somebody can do the conversion for me.
And
Yeah,
then,
in terms of the weather, right? The question was about the weather, right? There's a few different distinct seasons here. We have quite a dry um, period, and we have quite a wet period. And the dry period starts really towards end of November and goes till end of April, so almost a good 6 months. On either side of which there's a shoulder period. Before April, really starting end of August, it can get very rainy. So for like that, 2.5, 3 months, it's quite rainy during that time. Whereas from late April to um, end of August, it's quite mild actually. It's really beautiful. It's one of my favorite times of year where it's usually sunny in the morning, and then we get like a bit of rain or even a thunderstorm in the afternoon. It's really gorgeous that time of year. And how far is the beach? It is so Ostional, which is a turtle refuge, is just about 10 minutes away, actually, and that's a more aggressive break for the pro surfers out there. But we have one of the best beginner breaks in the world in Osara as well, which is just about, depending on how fast you drive, it's like 15 to 20, sometimes can be 25 minutes if you drive really slow.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Great. And then we have a question that Spencer has asked, and a lot of people are curious about. Spencer is asking, if you were to buy and build a house, how easy is it to plug into the permaculture slash co-creation aspect, aka harvesting, time and energy to projects on the land? I'm sure you like this question.
Yeah, I mean, so I wish I could answer that, quickly, right? Because it's very multifaceted, really, and it really depends on what someone's desire is, what their resources are, how much time they have, what their background is, right? So, there can be situations where people might slot in and they say, okay, I really need help with my garden. And I don't have any background, and I just want to have a food forest in my backyard. Can you guys help me out with that? In that situation, we definitely can. That's going to be like one of the key core offerings that we actually have is blurring the line between human productivity and biological diversity, and creating abundance where people live. So from that perspective, yes, we can definitely help folks out. And there's many different shades sort of, within the sort of like, okay, you might join a farm tour day on, one day, you could also, if you want to just come and experience things, you can work as a volunteer for a month here. There's many different ways to sort of plug in. Um, the website has a lot of information. We actually worked pretty hard on that and pretty excited about that. It's been launched in the last, I think, yeah, 3 months. So it's pretty up to date, and I'd invite you to just check it out. And there's, I hope, really clear um, methods for people to actually like get involved with us from there.
Yeah. Yeah, great. So it sounds like there is lots of opportunity to contribute, and it just depends on each person's unique background and situation. So
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you, Matt. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing. I think there were a few more questions in the chat. So if you wouldn't mind taking a peek, and if people have more questions for Matt, feel free to carry on in the chat. All right. So now we go from Tierra Moore to our final community, and we are going to hear about seed with Rachel. Rachel is here to share. I'm very excited to learn what you all are up to. So I'll just ask you to unmute Rachel. There you are.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Would you like me to start
Okay,
with the video, or would you like to say some words
sure. I
first?
mean, I guess I'll just give a little introduction just so people know where we're at. So SEED stands for Society for Ecological Education and Development, and we've been around for about since 2011. So a number of years, and we're on the Caribbean side. So on another part of the country that has a beautiful blend of not extremes as perhaps other parts of the country. We kind of have a blend of rain and sun throughout because we just have such lush forest around us. Seed itself is about 150 hectares. It feels like a national park. It's a beautiful big space. And one of our goals when we bought it as 5 families in 2011 was really to help preserve this beautiful jungle and learn how to live sustainably with as minimal kind of footprint as possible to allow the natural jungle to really be preserved. But we can show this video to give you kind of an overview, and then I'll talk about more details.
Okay, great. I'll share my screen. Hopefully this will work. Let's see. I'll make sure my volume's all the
So
way
we're
up.
about 20 minutes from Kawita. So you're seeing the ocean, beautiful national park in Kawita that we're about 20 minutes away from. But we're up in the mountains. We're about 220 meters up. So I don't know if you can hear music with this one, maybe not. So I guess the sound is gone. But anyway, I'll just do some. So this is overview of seed. This is our beautiful sunrises from my bamboo house. Some of the programs we've had with various students and participants. These are students who come from San Jose to learn about sustainable living and indigenous practices. Some of the Bree children who are part of the program. These are some of the programs we offer for people to come and learn about This is some rice harvesting, that we grow our own rice organically, that we sell and provide to the local community. We work together. This is actually a view of my bamboo house from above, but just to show you how rich the jungle is around us. It's a great mediating kind of buffer. This is a kind of drone view of seed coming, showing how rich the area is. There are half-hectare lots, but in between, just beautiful jungle all around us. So there's a real buffer, as I say. This is our waterfall. I was just there today. It's just beautiful to splash around in. It's really deep, and you can just explore the pools all around for hours. We actually have 3 river systems around Seed that you can walk and explore in. This is another kind of retreat. This is our gate leading to Seed, and our website there. Yeah, so that sort of gives you a visual kind of overview of the farm and the project. So basically, our goals were to really preserve this land. As I say, 150 hectares. About five families bought the land in 2011 together. Very international crew, people from Colombia and Germany, Beriberi, Costa Rican, Spanish, Canadian, Iranian group. And that was our real goal, to help preserve the land, to be able to give an opportunity for people to learn to live off grid, learn to live sustainably. By offering lots, people can buy half-hectare lots or bigger if they would like, and a chance to really bridge local knowledge with modern scientific high-tech knowledge, because as I say, we live off grid, so some people have quite high-tech levels of solar panels to be able to provide enough energy for things that they want. So we have a real blend of different approaches to living. We all live off grid, but have different styles for sure, which allows for that diversity. But what's really important to us is really bridging local and indigenous knowledge with kind of Western knowledge, and bridging that together. So we do a lot of growing with the local indigenous people. We grow rice that is local seeds and platanos and different roots, and we grow it together. The way we do it is with the local community, because we have so much land, we divide it up so people who want to work with us we divide the produce. So half of the farm, half of the local community, whoever wants to grow with us, and we sell our half, and they can do what they want with their half. But it's a way to learn how to work together and learn old practices together. Something so simple as growing rice isn't done very much in this country, unfortunately, though, even though everyone eats it probably 2 or 3 times a day. So that is a part of our community work together, that we do work with the local community as well as people who are living at Seed. If they want to participate there, of course, they're welcome to do that. So yeah, so the Indigenous family who lives here have just become like family, and we have regular workshops, as I say, not only for Costa Rican high school students, but other people who want to come and learn how to build in traditional Beriberi way. So we build roofs out of suita leaves, and we go and collect the leaves and the vines and the chanta from the jungle. It's at Seed, and we teach about local construction. Whenever we cook, when we have these gatherings or workshops, we always are cooking over the fire, traditional kind of Beriberi recipes. Likewise, we weave baskets from the buhucos, the vines that we get from the jungle. So it's a real chance to learn some traditional Beriberi practices, which are still being practiced by this family. This is how they live, and they live in homes that they've constructed. So for me, it's a really beautiful opportunity to build relationships with a Beriberi family that is close by and living with us. So on the farm, also we have sheep, and we have ducks and chickens, and as I say, we grow rice and platanos and different root crops, and have a lot of fruit trees. People have their own lots. They buy their own half-hectare lots or more if they want, and that's their own registered lot. But it's within Seed, within the 150 hectares of protected land. So people have the opportunity to do whatever they want on their lots, as long as, of course, we're following principles of protecting the land and the water and the air and being respectful of each other. But people can grow whatever they would like. But the crops that take more, hands-on work we do together. So basic things like, as I say, rice and platanos and different things and beans that need more space, we can grow together, and people can enjoy those either by growing them together or purchasing them from seed if they would like. So you can see my house I'm right now in is a bamboo house, also made with just wood from the farm. And so we've just done renovations in our community center, all from the wood from the farm. We cut down a pilon, we cut down a laurel tree and gavilan and kasha, and we logged it all. So we do renovations based upon the resources that we have. We really value the resources that are on the farm and work with them as sustainably as possible. So it's exhausting to lug all this wood, but luckily we have a great, strong team to work with us. And but it's very satisfying to be building with the materials that we have on the farm and to try and live as sustainably as possible within this beautiful region. As I mentioned, we're surrounded by rivers. So as you saw the picture of the waterfalls, we have like the border of the whole farm is 2 or 3 river systems. So we always have water close by, different pools to swim in or just walk in the river. And because we rely on water for rainwater harvesting, we don't have extreme rainy seasons or dry seasons. We just basically have, we've never run out of water because there is just a plenitude of water, but we also, we conserve and we store rainwater that we have. But as I said, the seasons are not nearly as extreme, I guess, as in other parts of the country. So the one thing that we also offer in the community is that we provide well water for all families to be able to have access to water to drink. Everyone collects their own rainwater. We together collectively maintain the road that goes through Seed. We provide security because we're living here all the time, to make sure people's properties are safe. And so that and their lots are cleaned. So our staff will clean people's lots 3 times a year, depending on 3 or 4 times a year, depending on the needs. And so that is a kind of a fee of $1,000 that people contribute to help contribute to those costs on an annual basis. So we are about, as I said, 20 minutes from Kawita. Beautiful national park is there. It's a Caribbean village. And there's a new hospital being built very close by. So we're about 25 minutes from the hospital. I think it's a great location, and because we have access to the ocean, access to nearby town, and access to such beautiful diversity with the Caribbean culture, the local indigenous people, and of course the local Ticos. So it's a very culturally rich and agriculturally rich area that people have been continuing their agricultural practices for decades and are eager to share them together. So those are some of the things that we do.
Amazing. Oh, so good. Thank you so much, Rachel. I mean, it's beautiful to hear about your incorporation of the indigenous wisdom there and all the ways that you're really walking the talk. You're lugging the wood. I know before you hopped on, you're like, I'm running late. I'm herding sheep. So
Yeah.
you really do it. Oh, thank you. There
You're
are
welcome.
some questions for you. Is that okay to go to the
Sure,
questions now?
of course. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll take you off the spotlight. Let's see. So a few practical ones to start with. How far are you from an airport?
Oh, good question. So from San Jose, we're about 4 hours on a 4-hour ride. And then there's a smaller airport in Limon. We're half an hour away from that.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. And then how about the language spoken there in the community? Is there, I'm guessing Spanish, but maybe it's other
Yeah.
languages?
Yeah. It's definitely mainly Spanish, but there are people who live here from France and Germany and Canada. I'm originally from Canada as well. So, yeah, there's a mixture. So we all try with the Bribri people, you got to speak Spanish unless you know Bribri. Not many people know Bribri. So that's how what we, but everyone also manages, with just a mixture of languages and sign language and just warm hearts. I think a lot is communicated in many ways. But of course, Spanish is always very helpful because we work a lot with the local community. But I think people are very forgiving and understanding that we're all learning.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, great. And how about if somebody did want to join Seed and
Mhm.
become a member there? I don't know if you have homes available to purchase or somebody would build a home. What would the pricing be for that land purchase? I know you,
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So our half-hectare lots are 52,000, and that includes all kind of legal fees. There's no other hidden fees. That's the cost of a lot. Um, and if people wanted assistance with building, we certainly have the expertise and local resources to help with that. Um, and then just depending on the design of a person's house, and what materials they want to use. My house is all bamboo and wood from the farm, so it's using materials that we have locally. Other people have built their house out of metal. That we have a guy who's a welder, so he built his house out of metal. So it depends on the materials that you want to use, of course, and the size and your design. But we can assist you with that process. Uh, yeah, it's hard to sort of give a ballpark of what a house would be depending on really the size and materials that people would want to use. But of course, um, the costs all include also having solar panels and rainwater harvesting system and yeah, hopefully being able to use as much local materials as possible. But if people had specific questions, they could certainly email and I could give you better, like if you had a sense of thing, just say I wanted to do this kind of house, this size, I could sort of give you a better ballpark kind of
Okay.
figure. Yeah.
Yeah, great, great. Yeah, it'd be wonderful to get your email address. And I wanted to see here, there was one more quick question. Oh, how many people currently live there? Would you?
So permanently, there's only 3 families that live here. A lot of people have lots, but live in Canada or Germany or France and come and go. And maybe we're hoping eventually they'll live here more full time. But right now there are just sort of 3 core families and then a lot of visitors that come back and forth who have land. Yeah.
Gotcha,
But we're
gotcha.
hoping for more people to live full time because it's a really lovely to build more community together. But as I say, we have a lot of groups that also come, and those are kind of smaller communities that get formed, as with the different. We have a different immersion programs. Actually, we have one coming up in April, like we have 5-day immersion programs where people can come and just live on the farm for 5 days and see if they, just get a feel for it. And yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, great. Well, Rachel, maybe if you could put your email address in the chat, because people have
Sure. Well, if
a
people
lot of
could,
questions for you about
okay,
how to come and volunteer and stay and
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, great. Well, can we just say so seed Costa Rica, like seed CR 2011 at Gmail. I don't know if I can. I'm just using my phone. Can I type in? I'm not
Okay.
even sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got it.
If
We
you
got
could
it for you. We did it
okay. Oh, good.
there.
Thanks so much. Yeah. Excellent. No, so 2011. Sorry. It's not just 11. It's seed you had it right, but just 2011 at Gmail.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Thank you
Excellent.
so much. Yeah, no, and the Caribe is definitely a different region. I mean, I saw someone ask about mold issues. Definitely a lot of moisture, but there's a lot. It's yeah, you definitely adjust to the humidity, but it's beautiful at nights. The temperature goes down to sort of 17 or 18, and during the day it might be up to like 28, 29 max. But there's always a breeze because we're up in the mountains, and I love at night because you have to get all cozy with a blanket. It's nice and cool. So yeah.
Excellent. Oh, it sounds really nice. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Rachel. Much
Oh, thank
appreciate
you.
sharing your presentation. I think somebody said in the chat, and I'll repeat it here, just seeing your smile, your radiant
Oh,
smile, it brings home just how happy you are there and living the
oh,
life
thank
that
you.
you've created and the community you're building. So amazing work. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. And yeah, we're open to visitors anytime. We'd love to be able to just host people if they're just interested in coming to visit.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we did it. Okay, three communities you got to explore here online in a relatively short amount of time, and there's so much more to explore. So I really encourage folks to reach out to these communities, take them up on their offers for some of these programs, volunteering, workshops, visiting. If you want to see even more communities, because this is just a sample, right? This is a small number of the many communities in Costa Rica and many more that we visit on our Ecovillage tours. And that's what I'm going to talk more about next, about some really exciting opportunities that we have coming up. So once again, I just want to appreciate all of our presenters for their sharing, for Dani and Annemore and Matt, and of course Rachel. Just really beautiful jobs. And yeah, I hope that you get even more interest in your communities and the work you're doing because it deserves all the attention that it can get. Yeah, you're all doing beautiful work.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So with that, I will transition now back over to my slides. I know a number of folks said, I'm coming to the presentation and I want to learn about these trips. Maybe you're on the fence, trying to decide if you want to join or not, or if you want to join our April trip or our March trip. This is the opportunity to answer your trip-specific questions. First, though, I'm going to share in more detail about what it is we're offering. And to do that, I'm going to invite our wonderful Costa Rica Ecovillage Tours director, the one who's been designing and leading these trips, Jason Thomas, to share a little bit more about the recent trip that happened and give you a little bit of a sense for the adventure. And then we'll actually go to the website and we'll show you the March and April itineraries. Okay, Jason, you want to share? Because you're fresh off a tour.
I am so fresh off the tour, like just wow. And actually, I was just I recorded the closing circle that we had together to just and make sure that like because I take the feedback from our guests so sincerely to do everything I can to make these as comfortable and fulfilling for people as I can. And so like I was just listening to the closing circle and the transformations that like these people have gone through in the last like the January tour, we had the pleasure of being able to be with these folks for several days and step into community retreat together before going into the tour. But then just like you said earlier, Cynthia, the relationships that are happening on the tours are just it's like it's great. We go to all these amazing places, but what we learn together about the whole process and being together through it is, I don't know, it's something that maybe rambling right now is not communicating as effectively as being on a trip can. But wow, seeing people feel like show up in the trip and being like, first place they go, like, I don't know if Costa Rica's really for me, but it's winter time, so I figured I'd come on the trip. And then by the end of the trip, they're taking tours of the property with a sales agent to see if like this is actually something that is for them. And part of that is just that going, you know, we thought at one point about theming the tours by types of communities, but I really see that getting such a lineup of different models and different types of community developers going at it different ways and different stages of development and seeing members come in and add their 3 cents with all the, their different perspectives and um, us pollinating those ideas tour to tour or community to community. And no, I just really, again, like I've done 5 trips now, and there's something really special sinking in about the place that these tours have in the movement, as well as how many of these people are getting like really high quality condensed amounts of information in a way that you just really couldn't I couldn't probably do for myself. It really takes the power of the tours coming together to make all this possible, and everybody investing and being so full in. It's so cool to see people from different places come together and just be all in on the adventure. Um, and getting so much out of it as a result. So yeah, no, I love it. I welcome absolutely any one of you to reach out to me by email if you're just curious. Like I'll jump on a call with you and talk to you about what you're thinking, because for most people that are feeling like these trips are good for them, it turns out to be good for them.
Yeah, awesome. That's a great sharing of the value of the trips. Yeah, and I can feel the energy from you. I'm being so fresh off of the tours. I'll just hop over now to the website just so folks can see a little bit more, because sometimes we get feedback that there's a lot on the website and there really is. So I just want to make sure you can navigate it well. So I'm just scrolling down here. We have the February trip, which is now sold out. So that's no longer an option to join, but we have two remaining trips in 2026. We have the March trip, March 21st to the 30th, and that's going to be in the Caribbean side. You'll get to go visit Seed and experience that climate and everything that Rachel just shared. Sounds amazing, amazing, as well as Sol y Valle and being closer to the city of San Jose, but in this lush rural permaculture education center. And then, of course, we have over here in the April trip, the Guanacaste region, yet another very different region of Costa Rica, where you'll get to visit Matt at Tierra More, as well as a number of other ecovillages and intentional communities that easily could have, done a presentation similar, and we could have invited them on. It was really hard, I have to say, to choose the communities that we invited. We wanted to show just like a little flavor of the diversity that you might experience. Jason, is there anything more you would want to add to folks to help them, differentiate, or anything I might have missed to share?
Um, Well, I did find that on this January tour, we went ahead and let people know that if you're, um, you know, if you're less able to do the rugged hiking that some of these tours require, that the January tour was a good choice there. And I'm glad the people that felt like that was important for them came on that tour. It was light. However, the February tour and the March tour, we're really going to do some marching through some hilly terrain and so forth. So, if that is a concern for you, I think that while Tierra More is definitely up in the mountains and we'll be exploring that area as well, the April tour is very accessible. And as far as like just pathways around places are clear a little bit more than the rugged places like Seed and Soli Valle and Finca La Flor, like just the raw permaculture nature of it. And so if that's what you're looking for, if you really want like some mountain time and like see the Costa Rican rainforest areas, and like then definitely come on the March trip when we're up in Cartago there, just and then down in Puriscal and seeing Rancho Mas Total and Verde Energia. Like definitely if you're into the permaculture and the really just roots approach to land development, community building, the March tour is definitely gonna thrill you. Um, and yeah, the April tour has like with you've seen some of the pictures that Matt showed, just gorgeous architecture and really state of the art uh designs in how they're carefully, building out their neighborhoods. So but yeah, it really is, you get so much variety on each of them at the same time. But
Yeah.
that's just coming to mind off the top.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. And you'll notice, folks, I'm just kind of scrolling through the different communities. For each one, we have a description, some photos, the location, if they're accepting new members, the land acreage, and the website. So, like I said earlier, even if you don't come on the trips, this is a great resource to just learn more about what's happening with communities in Costa Rica. So that's a little bit about the March and April trips. And I am going to share now some specifics about how you can register to join and a little bit about the special discount that we're offering, as well as some scholarship opportunities. So I'm actually just going to start up my slideshow again. Okay. Both trips, March and April, are 10 days in duration. They are all inclusive. You just arrive, and then you don't have to worry about a thing after that. All the transportation, meals, lodging, and each trip visits between 5 to 6 communities where you go and you meet the residents and the founders and experience what it's like to live there. We try to incorporate opportunities for different workshops and education, as well as fun beach time, nature time, time at the waterfalls. And we can't emphasize this enough, the community that is formed of fellow tour participants. I think that's something that people just underrate going into it, and then they leave and they're like, wow, I feel like you should see the chats that we have going on in our WhatsApp group of the tour participants who just finished. It's like, oh, like crazy. So many messages, I have to put it on mute. And that's awesome. We love it. And then hopefully coming on this trip gives you some clarity for yourself in what you envision for your own life and your next steps, because we know the journey doesn't end when the trip does, right? Exploring community, exploring sustainability, this is a lifelong journey, and we want to make sure you feel supported when you return home, and you return home with greater clarity and confidence and knowledge so that you can make good decisions for yourself going forward. So that's about the trip and what's included. I've been mentioning this special discount, so I'm going to share that with you now. Just for participants of our event today, we are offering $400 off either the March or April trip or both, as long as you book before Sunday, this Sunday, February 1st. And please, if you want to use the discount, use this discount code at checkout, Costa Rica 400. And there's the website link once again. If you're like, ooh, this is still too expensive for me, like with this discount of $400 off, the trip is about $300 per day. And I will share with you that a portion of that money goes directly to the communities that we visit. We feel it's important to adequately compensate the communities for giving us a tour, sharing a meal with us, as well as all the transportation, the guiding, all of that is included in the price. So we try to make it as affordable as possible while also, recognizing the value and supporting the communities the best we can. So, if that's still too much, we have a wonderful scholarship program. It's called the Ecovillage Explorer Exchange Program. And we have people who donate to this scholarship fund. The way it works is you fill out a simple application, and then you are expected to help out on the tour, help taking photos, videos, cleaning up, supporting guides, pretty light stuff. And in exchange, you'll get an even deeper discount. So this is how we make our trips accessible for people who may not otherwise be able to afford a full tour. And I'm happy to share that we do still have Explorer Exchange spots available on both trips. So I really encourage you to apply because we want you to come and participate in the adventure. So next steps for joining. Go ahead and get your $500 deposit in before February 1st, before this Sunday. That's all that you need to reserve a spot. That'll ensure that you get the discount that we're offering, the $400 off. And then we have payment plan options. So you can break up your payment into installments, really at whatever schedule you want, where we have a lot of flexibility with that. And as I mentioned, scholarships are available, so really don't feel like money has to be such a barrier. And go to the webpage to place your deposit. And if you need even more help, we have the wonderful Rebecca available to assist. Rebecca, do you want to share about how you can help folks?
Hi, yes, absolutely. That is our phone number, 734-245-8745. I will answer your call, answer any questions that you have. I can even speak from firsthand experience being on the Costa Rica Eco Village tour myself. And yeah, if you would like to book a discovery call too, I'll drop my link if you want to book it further out in the future. Here to support you, here to answer any questions that you have, and really honored that you're all joining us today. And hopefully we'll meet in person someday, whether it's a trip or not.
Yeah.
Hopefully during an Eco Village tour trip. So thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for offering this service for folks. Okay, and that's a wrap. That's all that we have for you. Thank you all so much for sticking around to the end and your listening and engagement and just even being here and taking the time out of your evening to learn about ecovillages. It's tremendous to feel your support and to feel, despite all the other craziness happening in the world right now, that people care and they want to support a better way forward and show up and learn about community and help to live in community. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And of course, thank you to all of our presenters as well.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, hope to see you on a Eco Village tour in Costa Rica or somewhere else in the future. Yeah, we'll send out the recording and feel free to write to us with any questions that you have. Reach out to Rebecca, schedule a call, or just call right away. And very much looking forward to connecting with you more in the future. Okay. All right. Take care, everyone. Be well.
Bye. Thank you.
Blessings.
Hasta luego. Goodbye.
Ciao.
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 Oh.
Adios.
Adios. Adios. All right. Take care, everyone. Be well.
You too. Thank you.